Hello and welcome to day 2 of representing real-world situations through linear systems. Learning goals for this lesson: I can analyze a system of equations to identify the error and then correct and explain the correction, and then do the same thing with inequalities. So we're basically doing error analysis. Extremely important, extremely useful tool. Being able to see a mistake, think through it, and then correct it is a huge benefit and learning tool for you guys. So let's start off with the first one. We have Amanda who has a piggy bank with 62 coins in it. Total value of the piggy bank is $5.85, and she only has dimes and nickels in there. So we want to, she sets up this system of equations. Unfortunately, it's wrong, so we need to describe and correct her error. So what's wrong here? So let's go ahead and define the variables first. So D and N are our variables. We're going to look at both of these. In this one, I'm not quite sure what she'd be doing with the 10 and the 5 in front, so I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next one and see if maybe in that one I can figure it out. And in this one, I have 0.10D plus 0.05N equals 5.85. Now I know that a dime is worth 10 cents, and if I take D, that would probably be the number of dimes. And then I go ahead and I look at this one, and same thing. 5 cents is the value of a nickel, and could be the number of nickels. And that would give me 5.85, and that would make sense in this one. These 10 and the 5, I understand maybe why she did it. She put the 10 in front because a dime is 10 cents, and a nickel is 5 cents. But if you multiply that times the number of each of those coins, it would give you the value down here, and on top of it, they have it as 10 instead of 0.10. So as far as describing and correcting her error, she should not have added the coefficients here. If we have the number of dimes and the number of nickels, and we just add D and N, that'll give us the total number of coins, which is what this 62 is supposed to represent. So to fix it, we just drop the coefficients in front. Second example, again, error analysis, this time in inequality. You want to build a fence for a rectangular dog run. So sometimes drawing a diagram helps here. Okay, where this is going to be the length and this is going to be the width. The run can be at most 18 feet long, which means that this number cannot be greater than 18. So L has to be less than or equal to 18. The run has to be at least 12 feet wide. At least 12 feet wide, meaning that this number has to be greater than or equal to 12. And we only have 110 feet of fencing. So we set up the following system of inequalities. We have W plus L is greater, less than or equal to 110, because we only have 110 feet of fencing, so this amount has to be less than that. W is greater than or equal to 12, which we actually did over here, so we know that that's going to be right. And L, the length, has to be less than or equal to 18. Be careful here, because it's not always the mistake isn't always going to be the same. The mistake here is there should be coefficients of 2 in front of both W and L, because there's a W here, but there's also one here. There's an L here, but there's also one here. So we have, when we're talking about perimeter, we add up all the sides of the whatever it is that we're talking about. So we have 2 W's and 2 L's that have to be less than or equal to 110. The mistake could be in the symbols, so you do need to be aware. At least 12, meaning that the W has to be greater than or equal to, that's right. So pay attention to words like at most, at least. That's where your error could be. But like I said, in this case, there should be a 2 in front of the width and the length, and everything else is correct. So this one could be a little bit tricky. The inequalities tend to be a little bit more difficult than the equations. But with a little bit of practice and knowing what words mean what, you will do fine. So that's it for the first target of Unit 7. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, need any help or any assistance, just want some extra practice, go ahead and let me know in class, and I will be more than happy to help you out. Take care, guys.